Hey, this is Timmara signing on with Metroid Dread. Alright, so this was not on my list right now, or this was not my intention to dive into this, but we, as they say, F it, we ball. So, hold on a second. No, don't wanna... Oh, it's like option. Okay, no. So, Metroid Dread. As you can see from my save files, I really like Metroid Dread. I came off the heels of a Metroid Prime remaster just a little bit ago, and like in between playing Metroid Prime, I ended up doing a full playthrough of Metroid Dread. That bottom one is my most recent playthrough. Metroid Dread, released in 2021, after nearly a 20-year hiatus for the 2D Metroid style, following up on the story of Metroid Fusion, which I've not played. I really should play other 2D Metroids. But when Dread has been hyped up for a long time, and when it came out, it was huge. And like, obviously, best-selling Metroid game, it did numbers, people were really excited, and I wasn't gonna get it at first. Like, at the time, me and a friend were playing through some Metroid games to, because he was hyped for Dread, so we were playing through some Metroid games to, like, get up to, just so he could play it, eventually. 3 years later, he finally played it, and it got me so excited and hyped that, as we talked back and forth about it. And so it got me back into playing Metroid Dread, which I really got into, because all the social media hype got to me, and I picked it up, and I ended up beating it the day I got it. And then after I beat it, I just went back in, and I play it again, and so until I started learning speedrunning strategies, and like that's my best time there is a little over 3 hours. Sorry, a little over 3 hours. So I've kind of got and I had the itch to do it again. That most recent profile was, a little over, just a little under 4 hours, but by the time it ticks over, I missed out on the bonuses. But that's the thing, we're just gonna go again. We're gonna stick to normal mode. Yeah, we'll stick on normal, because normal can be hard enough. So yeah, I just wanted to replay Metroid Dread again, even though I only replayed it a couple of days ago. Metroid, a virulent floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after their word for ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. And yet, going into this, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Spoilers for Metroid as a whole, and 2D Metroid especially, as they're kind of recapping like the major events of the last couple of games. X-Parasite, a gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR-388. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access the host's memories. X-parasites were driven not by emotion, but by an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. I hope the game audio isn't too loud. I might have to adjust it. I'm just diving into this because I'm so excited. And we got our bounty hunter Samus Aran, who encountered this X-Parasite. With no Metroid surviving on SR-388, it became infested with the X, horrifying parasites capable of intimidating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot onto the planet, got infected, and almost died. I forgot this was in Samus's point of view. I should be changing out my voice. I've skipped over this, though, because I've just been, like, jumping into the game. I even skipped a lot of the cutscenes on my recent playthrough, so this is going to be a... we'll get there. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to the Biologic Space Laboratories, BSL, research station, to investigate a distress signal. So this is kind of like touching upon Metroid Fusion, first and foremost. Again, I gotta play that. That was like my friend's favorite Metroid game at the time. There, I battled many powerful X forms, including the SAS, which was an X mimicking me in my power suit at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X-Menace on SR-388 by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. That sounds awesome. I really gotta play Metroid Fusion. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. Sorry. This is kind of like cool hype music. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 ME to investigate. We're getting front-loaded, like, as, you know, filling in, like, everything we need. Looks scary. An ME is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating made of the strongest stuff in the universe practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost. This reminded me, I actually do have the Metroid Dread amiibos. I got, yeah, Samus in her Dread outfit and an ME. I should grab that. I should use the amiibo bonuses. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out. Yeah, hold on.
Soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Our lost assets with care, lady.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, I'm letting the cutscene play out anyways. I can't find my Dread Samus. I know it's somewhere, but I found the Emmy, so I might still use it. Because I don't remember what the amiibo bonuses were. I think there were a free missile pack and an eye health boost. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Sorry, Samus crashed. There you go. We're getting into it.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely low. Remote communication remains zero. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, you can remain in contact. Any objections, lady?
No. And we got the Anime AI, which I know was introduced in Metroid Fusion, and also has has references as another character in other games. But we got Adam. He's gonna help us out. This is kicking off real quick. Not good. As cool as that was. Huh. Well, a lot happened in a few moments. Actually, this design is really cool. Like, yeah, I know people talk about, like, the muscle fiber and, like, beat-up equipment, but, like, all the, like, whites and blues looks really cool. And so we are in it. Alright, speedrun begins now. Not quite. I'm not gonna go that hard. Like, I'm actually, well, I'd say take my time. I'm not gonna go ham, because I'm actually working on another thing on that, but I am familiar with, you know, the movement abilities at the moment. So, you know, certainly some things are gonna help me navigate. So, you know, my instinct is just like, go, 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 go. I am going to try to take a little bit more of my time. Like, this is not going to be, like, a speedrun attempt. At least speedrun to beat under, I don't think I'll be able to do 4 hours, but I can try. But first things first, we're going to chill and we're going to, like, enjoy ourselves.
So, you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities.
I noticed, Adam.
Call it physical amnesia.
I mean, that's a good way to
That
phrase
brings me
being
to your
Metroided.
assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
Right now. It's been a long time since I've actually listened to Adam speak. Because everyone just, like, blasts through those. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, is there no audio controls? Okay, I'll leave the amiibos alone. I just wanted to find my Emmy. Okay. I go, no audio controls. Well, okay, I'm gonna put a quick pause in just to make sure the audio balancing is right, so hold on. Okay, back. Just messing around with the audio. So I think I turned it down enough. I had to turn it down quite a bit, actually, just like in my computer recording settings. But we're getting into it. Sorry, I'm kind of pressed for time. I didn't have a lot of time to dive into this, and this is what I decided to do. Just trying to run and parry. And yeah, they brought that parry back from the Metroid 2 remake on the DS. What was it, Samus Returns? Which I never finished it, but I borrowed it from a friend and I really liked it. I also finished Metroid. I finished Metroid 2 proper. In an area of the map is blinking, it indicates that a hidden item is there, which is nice for the sake of, you know, helping you find stuff. And yeah, missile tanks. Again, I'm going fast. This isn't speedrunning mode, but I'm just like the muscle memory and just going with the flow. I might try some sequence breaks and other tricks later, but like I said, I'm going to try to quickly take my time with this. Good boy. Okay, an enemy attack can be countered by pressing X at the exact moment of the flash. However, the timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. Yeah, so it's mainly don't get caught in the first place, because these things are not to be trifled with. Oops. Well then. So yeah, the Emmys are the reason things are called Dread. This is something. The energy of the central unit transferred to the arm cannon into an Omega cannon. Omega Blaster online. Oh no. Yeah, so for a temporary amount of time, we got like a special blast attack. Which is useful, and the only way to take out the enemies. You know, and this guy is beat up. Omega cannon depleted and offline, reverting to regular arm cannon. So we continue to move. And now that we drop that down, you know, we can now go another direction. We don't need to save, but we can activate it. Now, like, there are some speedrunning tricks I cannot get down. Like this weird one of just sort of, like, jumping a certain way to, like, hit hit a thing you shouldn't at this point in the game. Like, that I never got down. But even still, you don't have to master all those tricks to still, like, get it. There's still a rush to be found, even by doing simple things to cut down your time. And just, like, you know, showing us an area that is, like, delineated by these strange doors. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast while also taking some of my time. Because now, here's a real deal. Yeah, and... Nay, he says. Nay, they say. Whoop. Sorry, I'm trying to talk while moving fast. But yeah, we got the Emmys, and these things we can just not take down, so we just gotta get out of here. Can't follow us? How those things move is so cool. I was gonna say, notice the background details, because there's a lot of cool stuff like that. Can't go this way. Can't go that way, but we can get the missile tank.
Uploading data.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all enemy will be hostile. Enemy send out a pulse.
Good job, Federation. You nailed it again.
Within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically. An enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the ME zone exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the ME and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An ME never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an ME captures you. There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible.
It's not easy at the very
enemy
least.
are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first ME. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an ME zone should be simply to survive.
Duly noted. So, the thing you gotta be scared of. And, it's like, when this came out, Resident Evil 2 Remake had released a couple years earlier. So, you had, like, the, Mr. X comparisons and Nemesis from Resident Evil, being made. So, yeah, to drive it home, another ME zone. So yeah, just trying to steer clear of those, and then exit the area. And the thing I've really grown to appreciate about Metroid Dread, sorry, I'm also like doing things on reflex, but it's like how it teaches you how to play and how the world works. It does so many like design things, very carefully. Teaching you about, like, secret items and everything. It's like, that block is out of place. That's weird. Items that are out of your reach. And it's like, well, I can't get that now. I can only hang on to ledges. So I guess we'll move on and maybe come back to that later. I was gonna say, I think that wall. Can't quite reach that. Water impedes your movement ability, so how do we lower it in order to do stuff? Can't squeeze through there, but if we go back, now that the water level's decreased, there's just such cool stuff. And, playing Metroid, like, already teaches your brain to do secret hunting in games differently, but Metroid Dread does it in such interesting ways, and it gets better as you expand your arsenal. And now we got a general outline of, like, map areas. So, we can use that to at least get ideas on where we can go. I'm not too worried about saving. This actually is pretty nice when it comes to auto-saving. Alright. Whoops. There we go. Just trying to... Yeah, okay. Double checking, because yeah, that's actually not... Ouch! The main path. Back down here. Now we're on the other side where we broke that block open. Whoop. Yeah, those like little like drone things, I realize you can plow through them with the, parry. And god, that's so nice. And this, I remember, is a little tense. Like, you have to keep hitting this button while evading the ME to try and increase the water level so you can escape this way. Later! Whoops! Uh-oh. Okay. Do or die. it's... Usually it happens very quickly. Yeah, again, blocking Emmys is really hard. I know we haven't saved in a bit, but the autosave usually puts you at the beginning of the area. Whoops. Did it again. Jesus. Sorry. Clumsy beginning. Bear with me. Because if you don't, you can set that up so it's like maybe he catches up to you before you finish, like, pressing down on it, so then you gotta, like, do a loop around and then escape from him. Which way is... Okay. Yeah, prime example. Oh. Nope, too early. Sorry, a little, quick on the draw. Because, yeah, we got doors that can be open. But you can tell by the cold breeze coming from there. It's like that place is super cold, so we shouldn't mess with that. No, what the hell am I doing? Sorry. Sorry, I'm getting distracted trying to tutorialize. But yeah, blow up. When you see one of those doors, it's a sign. Right, what am I doing? Slide under this. There we go. Charge beam. Sorry, I'm clumsy. Like, I'm so confident in this. Just sort of like, oh yeah, I can speed run this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, geez. Oh, God. But charge beam, pretty self-explanatory. We got a chargeable blast. Charge shotgun, such as robots. Yeah. I mean, everything will come into practice as we go. But now we can open up those, like, dim doors. And what's cool is, like, yeah, when you're charging a shot, you also get, like, this little attack barrier. Whoops. I'm trying to... There we go. So it's kind of cool that you can use your, you know, ranged attack as a close ranged attack. But anyways, and then energy tank there. There we go. That up. Wait a second. Nope. Sorry, I'm just checking the map. It's like, did I make a mistake? No. Alright. And, like, if a block looks like it can be breakable, it's like sometimes it just needs a blast, sometimes it needs a missile, sometimes it needs something else. And also, that really confused and scared me the first time. Doing this, like, what the hell are they trying to do here? But, you know, as we're already beginning to, like, backtrack through areas with new abilities and seeing what we're capable of doing... Can't do that. Oh, and if you see something, you can see it moving a little translucently. And usually something in the environment like that happens, it's another sign that you are going the right direction. Because, like, who released that video? I gotta rewatch it because it was on my list. But, you know, it's like, what was I gonna say? It's like stuff like that where it's just like, well, this is all part of the same room and there's enemies up there. I wonder if, you know, you've learned breaking blocks can get you where you need to go. So I wonder if that will do it. And it does. And there's just like this, you know, this, again, it's also like the reflex I've got now. So maybe I'm making it look easy. It's just like, of course that was there. But no, it's like, Metroidvanias do have, like, usually you do get lost at some point, but there was that one video, and I can't remember who made it, but it was like, why you probably didn't get lost in Metroid Dread. And it talked about, like, you know, the interconnectivity of everything, and where the game is usually trying to point you in the right direction. Like, this will be a good example here. The thermal fuel flow has been redirected. So you just start going, you start moving until you find something, and then you interact with it. Okay, thermal doors. You see that energy going through and opens a pathway. Well, then if you just keep following these pipes, we've already looped back to where we were. If we keep following the pipeline, we see where the pipe itself is directing us. And if everything's gray, that means Adam wants to talk.
Uploading data.
There was no record of your assailant in the Federation database. However, there are records of a chosen warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility the two are connected.
You don't say.
You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the enemy after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear. But your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first enemy. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an enemy is destroyed. There are 6 remaining enemy hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Yeah, so just like keeping it in your mind, it's just like you're going to be running into a bunch of these of different varieties and different strengths, so be careful. And yeah, keep following the thermal doors. And yeah, it's stuff like that. It sounds simple, but when you realize like how, when you realize how useful it is to keeping the pace of the game going, and you know, keeping you from getting stuck by letting the world like teach you where to go. Whoa, jeez. I think it's a speedrunning trick to, like, you know, get around that, but... Oh, jeez. And yeah, then you just stumble upon things like this. Almost went through that flawlessly. But yeah, like these weird brain things that break the outer layer, it gets easier. And yeah, so the last thing we got like this Omega Power from, we got to see what it actually was. An Omega Blaster online, Omega Stream online. I'm trying to remember where the enemy's showing up at, because they're usually... Start firing. Because, yeah, you gotta start off by taking out its, like, plate on the front. Its head plate. To expose its head. Boom! It looks so freaking cool. Yeah. Trying to, like, aim that accurately can be a little awkward. You kind of gotta set yourself up in, like, a really good position to, like, you know, make the most out of it. And, like, you know, it's easy to aim... It's easy to aim out, hard to aim in, or I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like it feels looser when you're trying to like go into it, and then you go too far when you're trying to go out, you know. Either way, Spider Magnet. Allows Samus to attach to blue magnetic surfaces. Pretty self-explanatory. Omega Cannon depleted. Yeah, just those signs that we know. But now with that ME down, I go, yeah, I realize those are actually very useful for, like, restocking. Yeah, now she can grip onto walls, and with things like this, you can grab onto platforms to lower them down and open up new paths. And so, you know, even here, it's like, okay, it's you passed these, like, blue walls before, now it's trying to get you to go upwards. They're trying to lead you there with a missile tank, and then you see that blue plate there, another thing that can go down, because they also got arrows, you know, pointing you to it. It's stuff like that. It sounds simple, and it kind of is, but it's all to, like, point you in the right direction of finding upgrades and important things and moving you along to where things need to be. And you also got, like, those gross things that pop out of the wall, blasting through. And those are also kind of a signifier of a boss fight. So there's a lot of, like, even how the doors are laid out signify, like, what to expect or what is approaching. Maybe that cutscene, again, like, teaching you what you can do. I think I came in this with a little few missiles, but yeah. Shoot. If you can bait him into, like, stabbing the ground and then getting on the inside of his tail, yeah, because then he's stuck for a second and you can aim at his face. And yeah, this has been the, like, invisible bastard that has been kind of tailing us in this sector. Without even looking, I had this shot lined up. Oh dear, his backside. That looks horrible. It's like the butt of the gaping dragon in Dark Souls. Ah, that didn't work. I messed that up. I messed that up. I better save some missiles for that. And, like, if you don't have missiles, you can get by... Whoops. You can get by with, like, charge blast, but, you know, they take a second to load up. Again. There we go. And what's cool about boss fights is, yeah, if you do perfect parries, you can do, like, these volleys of attacks and just lay into them. If you set it up right, yeah, you can just keep firing. There we go. I didn't think he had much left in him. Again, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and so does she. Come on. She is so cool in this game. And again, even Samus's characterization is so interesting. Like, you know, is so cool and solid, and it's all based on her movements, you know? It's all in the body language, and it's so good. You know, just how confident she was in there. It's just like, yeah, this is over, and you're the one who doesn't realize it yet. Okay, upgrading Super Aeon compatibility. Phantom Cloak, pretty self-explanatory. Invisibility. Aeon will slowly be consumed while active. So yeah, we got an invisibility. So, whoop. Loading, there we go. So, in order to get out of here... Okay. Being picky. But yeah, so like those things that, you know, detect us. But if I can do this right, there we go. You can like go and break into a slide while going into the Aeon Cloak, which is, or Phantom Cloak, which is cool to pull off. That way. So right now we go this way. Look at that confident stride. She's on a roll. Oh, I forgot to open the door. Apparently I'm hitting things. Whoops, we're good. We can't just rush up this. And again, the game's guiding you with, like, well, now that you have this ability, what can you use it on? Oh, these doors you have to, like, sneak through with the invisibility on. Okay, where's that lead you? An elevator to an all-new area. Kind of like segmenting the level layout, or kind of like the worlds out, kind of like Samus Returns, but kind of like more open, because in Samus Returns it was a little more confined, where it was a lot of backtracking with new abilities and like finding stuff afterwards. But in this, it's just like, yeah, putting the bigger world into large segments that you travel between, like Adam said, through various elevators, trams, and other ways. I was gonna say, trying to remember. Is this the correct path, or is this the... Yeah, realizing you could plow those things down was a game changer. Whoop. But yeah, you realize, like, well, can't go that way because it's too hot. Well, what's this way? Oh, I can break the bricks. Again, it's trying to direct you to just, like, trying to shoot stuff and then breaking stuff.
Uploading data.
CBR appears to be powered by thermal energy. Magma is pumped from the planet's interior and routed from there. I have located the central routing system for the magma. It is here in Cataris. Samus, your current suit cannot protect you as you explore Cataris. The extreme heat of the lava is too much for it. Under no circumstances should you enter high temperature areas. I know the shuttle somewhere above here. Use it to find a path forward. There is one other thing to discuss. It is your new Phantom Cloak ability.
Aye.
Phantom Cloak prevents the enemy from detecting you. Thus far, your only option was to run. Now, bypassing them is also an option. Use this to reach your objective. Note that using the Phantom Cloak severely decreases your mobility, and direct contact with an enemy will still result in capture. It is up to you whether to hold your position. Just be aware of your surroundings. The Phantom Cloak is useless. Once an enemy sees you, you will need to evade capture until it gives up pursuit. The Phantom Cloak can remain active after your aim has been depleted. It will consume your life energy instead. Consider it a desperate measure. Remember, it cannot drain your energy down to nothing. Judicious use of this technique will improve your probability of survival.
Aye. So yeah, with the Phantom Cloak, you know, we now have just like another way to sneak by enemies, either let them bypass us, or, you know, we have other things in mind. But I think we'll wrap up here for right now, because yeah, I gotta go to work in a little while. This was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. But yeah, sorry, I'm just giddy to play Metroid Dread again, and I only did it a couple of days ago. And I'm kind of like in the middle, like half rushing, half taking my time, half tutorializing, have, like, you know, just trying to, like, highlight, because even though, like, I learned how to go fast in this, I still like to slow down and appreciate, like, what this game does with, like, its design and its world building and its character designs and its animations. There's so much cool stuff here. I said it at the end of Metroid Prime, my Metroid Prime remastered playthrough. Metroid Dread might be one of my, like, new all-time favorite games in the last couple of years. But, yeah, so we'll carry on. We'll take this steady. I do, like, I'm gonna have to do a couple of practice runs, but I do want to do a proper, like, speed run video on the channel, just to, like, give it a shot. I'm trying to get under 3 hours, but there's a lot of, like, tweaking I need to do, but I do want to do, like, at least, like, a, you know, amateur speed run video thing, but it is quite difficult, especially trying to, like, set at that kind of time, you know, to just, like, focus on it so I don't splice footage. But again, I'm not going for records. I'm just like, here's my personal best, and I'd hate to splice footage, but I might have to, like, putting breaks in between, and just, like, if other stuff comes up and I gotta drop it, like, it probably won't be an uninterrupted run. And also on the Elgato 4K capture utility, I've had many issues where if a recording goes over an hour, like, it just increases its chances of, like, kind of like the footage getting scrambled or other technical issues happening. So I'd have to split it up just for the sake of that too. But we'll see. That's what I want to do. I think I'll find a way to make it work. But in the meantime, like, that's my plans, and I'd like to do a lot more with Metroid Dread. I've got a video, like a large video idea to go on my second channel, and so, like, maybe that's what I'll end up making. I might do that. I was gonna put that off, then my friend got me excited about Metroid Dread when he finally played it, and then it's like, okay, I replayed it while trying to play another Metroid game. That was not great for muscle memory. So, you know, strike while the iron is hot. That's what I might end up doing. But, okay, we'll wrap up here for right now. Next time we continue, we go farther into the hates of Cataris. So, until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.